Hey YouTube, welcome back. It is your favorite, your brother, your cousin, your friend, your uncle, favorite tutor, Jeremiah. And once again, president of the organization Big Time Tutoring and Mentoring. I've been on a mission to get out these educating videos to the public. And as you can tell by the title, we'll be reviewing exactly some surprising things you didn't know about America. And we'll be posting a lot of these. Hopefully you find them interesting. Please let us know in the comments down below if you'd like us to do something else or a different subject or something like that. So this is a history video, and we've done math and reading. So now we have science and writing to cover. So expect those in the near future. And yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, so let's start off with the 13 colonies life in early America. We're gonna run through this as quick as humanly possible. Our objective is to describe the contributions of geographic and economic conditions, religion, and colonial systems of government to the development of American democratic practices. It'll be fun. I'm almost coming to America. Here we go. So America, there was no America previously. You see what I mean? So we start here, and then we whoosh our way to the other side. Now, let's start with some vocab, shall we? What is a colony? A settlement in a new area. The first colonies in North America were along the eastern coast. North, east. They were along the eastern. All right. Settler. What is a settler? A settler is a person that moves to an area, usually to colonize. So think, what is a colony? And someone that's colonizing. Okay. Settlers came from Spain, France, Sweden, Holland, and England. Sweden, Holland, and England. The original 13 colonies. We have Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. They are all along, and right below Florida, they were all along that eastern coast of America. Here are some reasons why. Some people didn't like or agree with the Church of England. They wanted the church to be more pure. These people were called Puritans. They decided to start a colony in the northeast part of America. Other reasons why. Wealth and resources in the beginning, get out of debt, and escape political persecution. Here we go. Each colony was unique in its own characteristics. However, they are grouped together based on location, regions they are founded, and what type of industry they had. New England colonies: Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and the middle colonies were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and our southern were Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Now, those were the New England colonies. That's a little picture, have a look animated. Here's some more vocabulary for you. Frontier, what is a frontier? Lands beyond the areas already settled. Colonists would expand their settlements beyond what was already colonized by heading in a westerly direction. Sometimes this expansion would cause conflicts with Native Americans. What is a charter? A charter is an official paper. Settlers had permission from the King of England to start colonies in America. Here we go. Let's go over some New England colonies. The settlers here wanted to keep their families together and practice their own religions. They were used to doing many things themselves and not depending on each other for much. So the New England colonies were pretty independent for Americans. Some were looking for economic opportunities. Some started fishing settlements. Here's some facts for you. People in New England towns lived, worked, and worshipped close together. It was a community. People used a barter system instead of money. This means to trade goods. A barter system is a system used to trade goods. The meeting house was the most important building in the town, which is like our town hall, I guess you say. Here's some more facts for you. Women and girls spend most hours cooking and preparing food. They churned butter and dried fruits. This food was stored to last through the winter. They used animal fat to make candles and soaps. The men would hunt and work in the fields. They also made their own tools. Now, here's the economy facts. Farming and fishing communities made their own clothes and shoes. Corn and wheat grew in large numbers, and much was shipped to England. So they're kind of, you know, giving. Boston was a major New England port. Now, here's some New England colonies. By 1750, busy cities cropped up around the New England colonies. Some colonists lived in small towns surrounded by farmland outside the big cities. Now, here's about our schools. Schools are one room, one teacher. Very strict. Children were often whipped for punishment. Ain't no teachers whipping us now. Maybe they want to. The main subject was reading. Reading must have been a big one. If you can't read, you can't do anything. Now, let's find out about our middle colonies. Here's our vocab. A refuge or a refuge. A refuge is a safe place. A refugee is somebody that, you know, escaped from somewhere and now are at a safe place. So they avoided danger and came to a safe haven, which is a refugee. Many colonists launched to find a refuge to live and worship that was away from the king's rules. Immigrant. What is an immigrant? Person that comes into a country to start a new life. People came to America from many different places to start a new life. Diversity. What is diversity? A group of people from very different backgrounds. The middle colonies were an interesting place to live because of the diversity among people. Let's find out about our middle colonies. The settlers here were looking to practice their own religion or to make money. Many of these people didn't bring their families with them from England and were the perfect workers for the hard work required in ironworks and shipyards. Now, let's learn about our economy. Instead of reading, we're just going to go ahead and look at the pictures on the left-hand side. We have some more like more of a greenhouse that, you know, excreted gas and stuff like that. And it's more factory type work. Here's some facts for you. They had bread baskets in the colonies because they grew so many crops for making bread. In addition to the lush land for growing crops, there were several large harbors. Germans built the Conestoga wagon here. Here's some more facts. So let's just skip on through. The Quakers believed that all people were equal, refused to swear loyalty to the king or queen, refused to participate in war, came to the Americas for refuge and worship, lived in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. They seem like good people. Now, an overseer is someone that is hired to watch slaves as they worked. That's the real definition of an overseer. Plantation owners hired overseers to watch the slaves and make sure they did their job. What is an indigo? An indigo is a plant that is used in making blue dye. All right, let's just go ahead and go through. The economy, almost entirely agricultural. Plantations were abundant. A large part of the workforce were African slaves. Did you know America is made of 12% Africans and 70% predominantly white people? And the rest goes into the Hispanic, the Mexicans, Latinos, etc. Plantations grew tobacco, rice, and indigo. And indigo is used to make what type of dye? All right, slavery was illegal in the southern colonies. Children born to slaves became slaves themselves. What else do we have here? Sometimes families were broken apart and sold to other plantation owners. Enslaved people were often beaten or abused or abused. Now, here's the life. Facts about school. Boys normally went to grammar schools while girls went to Dame school. There were no chalkboards, maps, or even paper. Some teachers were strict and were allowed to hit their students or make them wear a dunce hat if they were or said the wrong answer. Other facts about school. You can read up on those if you like. Free time. You can make new clothes, sleigh rides and ice skate, barn raising, which was a social event, dances and social clubs, and plays. Conflict in the colonies. As colonists settled and spread across New England, they entered land that was already lived on by Native Americans. Imagine taking somebody else's territory and invading their private space. That would definitely create a conflict. Here's our vocab quiz before we wrap up. Colony, refuge, settler, immigrant, frontier, diversity, charter, overseer, and indigo. We covered all of these. Study our vocabulary words. There's a quiz on the next page. Are you ready? Here we go. Number one, a plant used to make blue dye is a what? Indigo. Someone hired to watch slaves. Oh, whoa! Someone hired to watch slaves was an overseer. An official piece of paper was what? Do you know? It was a charter. Or was it was. Okay. Now the area of the area west of a colony that is to be settled is a colony. Well, is it a colony? Or is it a frontier? Let me know. Fashion on your own. Let me know in the comments down below. Number 5, a settlement in a new area is called a settler. A safe place is called a refuge. A person that comes into a country to start a new life is a immigrant. A person that's settled in the colonies can be considered as a settler. Um, Interesting. And number 9, the word from when all people were from all different backgrounds is diversity. Here we go. Number 1 was indigo and overseer. Yes. Number 3 and 4 was charter and frontier. Yes. Yes. Number 5 was colony, and number 6 was refuge. 5 was colony, 6 was refuge. 7 and 8 was immigrant and settler. Immigrant, settler. And number 9 was diversity. Facts and opinion. Decide which are facts and which are opinion. On the next slide, decide if a statement is a fact or opinion, then tell why. Fact, a state that is supported by evidence and is true. Opinion, a statement that tells what a person might believe or feel. Here we go. The settlers traded goods with each other. Is that a fact or opinion? It's a fact. Farming families were the best workers. Opinion. Slaves were owned by plantation owners. Fact. Leaders during this time were excellent speakers. Opinion. The Quakers had the best ideas about religion. Opinion. Because that's what they believed. If children misbehaved in school, they will be punished. We learned about that. That's a fact. Trading is a better way to run a community than using money. That's an opinion. The southern colonies had many plantations. That's a fact. Most of these were fact, opinion, fact, opinion, fact, opinion, fact, opinion. Honestly, let's just check it out. Fact, boom. Opinion, boom. Fact, boom. Opinion, boom. Opinion, then it's fact, then it's opinion. Then we're back to fact. Write 3 facts and 3 opinions about the colonists and their lives by making a T-chart. All right. Thank you for tuning in to our lesson about America's history and where it all began. That was a very quick rundown of everything, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, like, subscribe. Let's keep the videos coming, guys. We are asking for your support and your help to make this the best and most engaging and educating YouTube channel that could possibly be. Thanks for watching, everybody. I look forward to spending more time and videos with you. Have a great day.